What's happening, YouTube? Jugger here. Check it out, people. Welcome back to a very special video. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombies on the map of the Eisendrache. This is a tutorial on how to upgrade the Wrath of Ancients bow to the Wolf bow. Now, the first step is actually to get the Wrath of Ancients bow by feeding all three of the dragons. The first dragon outside of Samantha's room, next in the church, and then in the pyramid. You have to feed the dragon zombies by feeding each of the dragon 10 zombies. Once you do that to all three dragons, then the Wrath of Ancients in the tomb room will be available for you guys to use. Grab the Wrath of Ancients bow by holding square or X depending on what system you're on. Now it's time to move on to get the quest to upgrade the wolf bow. Now this part might last about 2 minutes because I'm going to fully explain it on how to actually get the quest. Now there are 4 paintings around this side of the map by the church side. There's a painting inside of the church. There's 2 paintings, one by the top of the tower, one by the bottom of the tower, and one in the knight's room. Now you need to activate these paintings by holding square. Now this is the one inside of the knight's tomb, and if you hold square, you're gonna hear a sound. You can either hear or tunun. Now what you want to hear is the violin sound that goes tunun. If you hear that means you actually got it wrong. You need to actually activate and play a musical tone throughout these paintings by activating it in the correct order. This actually changes every time you play the game, but you know you got it right if you actually go to the painting and hold square or X, and then you will hear tunun, the violin sound, and then the wolf symbols facing away from each other will actually stay lit up. Now this is the one on top of the tower. Hold square or X, you will hear the musical note, and then the symbol will be lit up, just like the bottom of the tower, that painting right there. So you guys already know those 2 paintings are already activated. Now you need to get the third one, which I did hit in the top of the church, and I got that sound, meaning that that's not the right music note. That's not the right painting order, so I need to start over again. It does not change, you just need to get it right. So we already know that the bottom of the tower painting was the first note. We hit square or X depending on what system you are. The symbol of the wolf remained lit. Now top of the tower we did the same thing. The symbol, the wolf symbol, remained lit. Now we already know that the top of the church, that painting is not the right note. That means that we need to go to the other location, which is in a knight's tomb, to activate that painting. It's just a process of elimination. So you're gonna go to the painting right here, hold square or X, and then you hear the musical note, and the wolf symbol will actually remain lit. Now we already know that there's only one more painting left, and it has to be inside the church. Now once you do this on the last painting, you guys will hear a "ow" sound, meaning that you got that step complete. Every time you hear that sound effect of the wolf howling, that means you can move on to the next step. Now you're gonna go down to the bottom of the pyramid. Outside of this wall right here is gonna pop the wolf arrow, broken wolf arrow, and it's gonna go "ow." You're gonna pick up that wolf arrow by holding square or X. Now you can move on to the next step to upgrade the Wrath of Ancients to the wolf bow. Just so you guys know, you can use any bow to upgrade any bow in this map on the Eisendrache. You do not actually need to use the Wrath of Ancients bow. Now the next step after you pick up that broken arrow is to teleport into the rocket test fire location, and there's a flag on top of this mountain you need to shoot. You actually need to hit the flag directly, and I missed the first 2 times because I want to show you guys where the flag is located. Now I'm going to shoot the flag directly and actually hit it, and once you do that, a skull will actually roll down from the top of that flag onto the ground, and you're going to go to that skull, that blue glowing skull, hold square or X to pick it up depending on what system you're on again, and then you're going to have to teleport back to the pyramid room, and I'm going to show you guys what to do next as I teleport. And do not get trapped by the rocket test fire because you do not want to die out there. Now once you are at the pyramid room, go to the wolf box right here. You're going to actually hold square or X depending on what system you are on by putting the skull into that box, and a wolf, a virtual wolf, will actually come out of that box. Now you need to follow this wolf and sacrifice souls. Now the wolf is going to go to 3 different locations, and here is the first location outside the church. The wolf is going to dig, and then you need to actually go to where he digged and sacrifice all the zombies around that area that he have dug. Now there you go, I just killed the zombie. The soul went into the ground where he actually dug. Now you just need to kill all the zombies until he howls again, and then he's gonna go scratch where he dug, and that means that that location is over. You need to move on to the next location. But before you do that, where he actually dug, you need to go to that place where he dug and hold square or X, because it lets him know that you are ready to, it lets the wolf know that you are ready to move on to the next location, which we are doing right here, right now. Now, you can either follow the wolf to the next location, or you can go to the next location if you already know where it's at. But it's okay, because if you actually lose the wolf, sometimes you might lose the wolf if you follow him. And if you do not follow the wolf, you actually might lose him. But it's okay, because if he doesn't go to the next location and you do not see him there, it's alright, because you can actually go and respawn him by going to the bottom of the teleporter, holding square or X on that wolf box again, and then he will reappear and he will go and continue the steps to upgrading the wolf bow. Now, once you are here at this location, what you need to do is the same thing the wolf is gonna dig. You need to sacrifice zombie souls, and after he has finished digging, you need to go to the part where he dug and hold square or X, and he's gonna move on to the next location. You can either follow him again, or if you actually lose him, don't forget you can always repeat the process by spawning him again by going back to that wolf box, and he will spawn again, taking you guys to the next location. Now, once you are at the third and final location, again, you will have to repeat the same steps like 1 and 2 in this part of the steps where he's actually just digging and you're sacrificing souls where he have dug. Now, once you actually sacrifice all the souls, just go to the place where he dug, hold square or X, and he's actually going to go to the wall right here. That means that you've completed that step of the portion to upgrade the wolf bow. He's going to scratch the wall, telling you that you need to jump on the wall, and there's going to be a hole on the wall where you need to wall run and take your bow and shoot an arrow into that wall right there. Now, you guys actually seen I missed, but what's going to happen if you do this part correctly, where you wall run and shoot an arrow directly into this hole, a bottom landing will actually appear. I actually jumped and waited. I actually did it before the landing appeared, so I have to actually wall run and land back on the landing that appeared. And in this hole, you're gonna hold square or X. A skeleton will appear, giving you guys that single reforged wolf arrow, and you're gonna pick it up by holding square or X, and then that step has been completed. Now, the next step is simple. Just go to the wolf box, hold square or X, and drop the arrow into the wolf box. Now, you need to sacrifice souls into this wolf box. You can use any weapon, doesn't matter, and you need to sacrifice about 20 zombie souls, and then the arrow will actually start to glow blue. Now, once the arrows start to glow blue, that means that you are on the final step. Basically, is just to go to the box and press square or X, depending on what system you're on. The animation will happen, and then you can go back to the box and actually pick up what is now the upgraded Wrath of Ancients, which is now the wolf bow. How pretty cool is that? This is probably my least favorite bow, because after like round 34 right here, the zombies actually just get right back up, and you need to use more arrows to kill them to take them down. But still, it's a fun bow to build, and sometimes I build it just for the fun of it. So hope you guys enjoy my tutorial in Call of Duty Black Ops 3 on the map of the Eisendrache, how to build the wolf bow, the upgraded wolf bow. So until next video, I'm Jug, and I'm out, man. Peace.